Hey guys, what is up? Tabs here from the Urban Goddess Shop. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go over what to do when sales are slow because sales have been slow. I feel like sales have been slow for everyone. It's happening on all platforms. I have a few strategies. This is now my third summer reselling, kind of noticing a pattern. I do think things slow down a little, and I have a few things that I do now that help kind of get me through these months, because I think it's just like 2 months where things are kind of like hit and miss. I have 5 tips for you guys that you can do right now, and things that you can implement in your business will help you get through this as we slip into the third quarter now. Okay, so first one, and this is like probably one of the most obvious answers, and it is limiting your buying. This is not the time where I take chances or risks on inventory. I think what really emphasizes it this summer for me is that we're kind of heading into the R word, a recession. We just have to be really cautious in what we're buying, and that we're not tying up too much money into inventory that maybe won't sell as quickly as it was 2 years ago during, everything that happened over the last few years. Obviously, if your items are coming from the bins or you're paying $1 or $2 for, go bonkers. Buy everything you want, because at that cost of goods, the risk is so minimal. But if you're in a position like I am, where you're having to go to thrift stores, consignment, buy, sell, trade, online retail arbitrage, things like that, you do have to be a little bit smarter with your money. So something that I do, and I've actually been doing this for quite a while, not even in the slow months, is that I literally search solds on all of the items I grab. Unless I've sold it previously, or I know like for sure 90% what I think this is going to sell for, I am looking up the sold comps, and the style name or whatever of the dress. Usually what I do then is go to filters, and all I do is filter by sold. I know sometimes people will filter by like size, color, things like that. They really narrow it down. I feel like if this is a highly coveted item, maybe, but I don't tend to find a lot of items that are rare. Okay, so if you think it's a rare item, by all means, narrow that down. You know the brand and the style name, or you have some keywords. I would do that and just search it by sold. So it's just that little filter button. Keep in mind when you are looking at sold items, some of these items have sold in bundles, and it doesn't show you what the price broke down into the bundle. It just shows you the price of what they had it listed for. But for me, I kind of take the low, I take the high, and I kind of go in the middle. I have good quality items, take good pictures, I put my measurements. I think I create pretty good listings. I would probably look on the mid to higher end and go with that number. That is how I look at my solds. If it does not meet my profit margin, I do not buy it. And I think I get a lot of questions as well, like how do you determine your profit margin? That is for you to determine for your business. What are you happy with at the end of the day? Keep in mind what you're selling it for. What was your cost of goods after that, your fees to whatever platform you're selling on, taxes that you're going to have to pay for your income tax, and then what are you walking away with it. Now look at the amount of items that you're selling in a week. What are your sales targets? I actually have a whole series that I did back in January, and I'm going to pop it up here. Make sure you click on it and go through the videos, because I talk about working backwards, like reverse engineering your numbers to figure out what are your sales targets and how many items do you have to list and sell every week. And I think it would be really helpful. If you are new to my channel, definitely check out this series. I think it'll answer a lot of questions if you're just trying to get your feet wet and understand your business. We've talked about removing high risk items. Number 2, relist your items. I do this more often than not. I usually only list items 2 days a week. I try and do like 20 to 25 items each of those days. The rest of the days, I'm just relisting. I don't actually save items into drafts. I'm really bad. I did try and do that for a little bit in spring, but it just doesn't work for me. I'm still making sales. I don't think you have to have like fresh new items every day. Definitely relisting items helps. And maybe you have a set where you're like, hey, I'm going to relist 3 to 5 items a week. Now, if you're doing this through the Poshmark app, I think it has to be more than 60 days old for it to count as a new listing. But if you're like me and you're using a cross-listing software, I use Prime Lister. I know there's tons of others out there. If you use your software to relist, it actually sets it as new every single time. So I can have an item listed for 2 weeks and relist it with Prime Lister, and Poshmark thinks it's a brand new listing. I sometimes do that when I want to boost items that maybe didn't get very many likes, or there's like a party happening. I have a couple strategies where I'll try and get those items fresh, looking fresh in front of the right eyes. Yeah, I highly recommend having a cross-listing software to help with that. But yeah, I don't think you have to have new stuff. I don't think you have to have a pile of new stuff. Relist what you have. If we're in the summer months, look through all those old stale listings that you got from last summer and get them right fresh back up in the feed. Okay, so, oh, and the other tip I have for relisting, I like to do my relisting when parties are happening, especially when the parties apply to that, because they show up as brand new items listed and they get featured in the party. So there's my little kind of tabs tip to help you with your relisting. Number 3, and this may be unpopular opinion, but it's just what works for me, is sending out aggressive offers. When sales are slow, usually either on a Friday or Sunday, those are my 2 busiest sales days, I will send out my offers around supper time on either Friday or Sunday with my like 30-40% off. Sometimes I'll go through the bottom of my closet. Ooh, that was dangerous, almost poked my eye out. Sometimes I'll go through the bottom half of my closet and I'll send out offers for like 50% off and like super discounted shipping. I don't have too many of those old items, but that's another thing you can do to just kind of get that inventory moving through. Another thing that you can do besides for those aggressive offers is you can pull some items and take them to a buy sell trade store like Plato's Closet. I really like the ones where you get paid out cash right away. I know with consignments, a lot of times you send your items there and they have to sell before they pay you out. With buy sell trades, they will pay you cash same day for those items, and that's an easy way to kind of get some money flowing back into your business. Okay, so the other one, this is number 4, is cross-listing to other platforms. You can do this absolutely free, no cost to you, manually, or if you have a software, I highly recommend, again, PrimeLister, that's what I use. I'm here in Canada. I think it's like the only service that's available in Canada that also has like inventory sharing and all that kind of stuff. So Vendoo and List Perfectly are not available in Canada yet. It's super easy to do, and yeah, so it costs me, I think like $50 or $60 a month, and I'm able to cross-list my items to multiple platforms. I just actually cross-listed probably like 25 items to Facebook yesterday, and I made 2 sales, $100 first night. That's it. That paid for my cross-listing subscription right there, and that doesn't include other platforms. So I think that once you commit to cross-listing, you just have to be consistent with it. It will pay itself off for the software, at least it does in my situation, and then you're making extra money. I mean, obviously all of these items are already listed on Poshmark, so any of these sales happening are like above and beyond the sales that you already would have had every week on Poshmark, right? It doesn't take away from Poshmark, it just adds onto it. So I always think you should be putting your eggs in multiple baskets, but this is something you can do completely free. You don't need software, you can do this. I know some resellers say that you should be able to do 10 a day if you're doing them manually. Personally, I think I would only want to do like maybe 3 to 5 a day manually, but that's just me. I love using the software. Okay, and the last one, tip number 5, unplug and take some time off. Stop stressing about it all. You cannot will sales to happen. If sales are slow, they are slow. And I think the great part is that this is actually happening in summer, so you're able to take the weekend, spend time with your family. I mean, there's only so much that you can do. Something that has really kind of helped me step away from my business was using automation. And before, this was like a really taboo subject. People did not talk about it, but I feel like we can be more open about it, and Poshmark changed their policies, and I believe in sharing and growing with you guys. So automation has really freed up a lot of time in my life. So I have it handling my sharing, I have it handling my offers to likes, I have it handling my community sharing. Like, I have mine set up to do everything. I use Closet Tools. I'll drop a link below. I'm not affiliated with them. I've actually reached out to them a couple times to ask them if they would work with me, and they have not replied. I am just pushing this out for free. I enjoy it. I like it. I do get a lot of questions too where people are asking why I don't use PrimeLister. I used Closet Tools before PrimeLister offered sharing to Canadians. So I was already using a service, and I did trial PrimeLister's sharing software, but I just preferred Closet Tools. And maybe it was just because it was the one I had been using prior. That's the one that I use, but I think honestly, they all do the same thing. And if you have it set up for full automation, you will really free yourself. Like the only thing I have to hop into my closet for now is to list. I do like to send out messages, but I am utilizing that My Shoppers feature now and doing like bulk. Like I will bulk add likes to bundles, and then I'll go back and I will also do add message to bundles. So I will do it just all in one, bada bing, bada boom, and it's been working really well. So yeah, these are my 5 tips. These are the things that help me get through the summer. I do know that there's lots of people where this is their full-time income. And I think in that sense, you just have to plan and know that sales are going to be a little bit slower in summer, and, you know, bank a little bit of money away each month to help cover what you need for summer. And then I guess the opposite would be that you just hunker down, you work twice as hard and you list twice as many items. But to me, that's just not how I want to spend my summer. So anyways, there's like room for all sorts of different business models and whatever works for you. I hope these tips help you and kind of give you some ideas, maybe things that you can apply right now to help you get through summer slowdown. All right, I want to hear your tips. Drop down below, go in the comments. Let's hear, what are you guys doing to help get through these months? Any tips or ideas that you want to share that are working for you that could help your fellow reseller out? All right, guys, I am out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I am wishing you guys many sales, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm waiting at the doorstep, I'm finally home.